Waiting to test web accessibility until the end of the dev cycle can be costly because you have to go back and fix the issues, which is time consuming and annoying at the same time. It is always encouraged and it's the best practice to unit test accessibility while you are developing a UI component. But how do we do that? Well, there are many free tools available such as Wave and X that help us identify the accessibility issues while we are in the development cycle. One key thing to note here is that these tools help only from a structural standpoint. That is, they point out color contrast issues, any missing IDs, broken ARIA attributes, and so on. You still need to test accessibility by manually running the screen readers such as JAWS or NVIDIA to test what they announce and how the keyboard keys work with your web application. Today, we will see how to use XDevTool, a developer's tool for accessibility testing, which identifies accessibility issues in your web application. Hi, I'm Skill Singh, and on this channel, I help you build web accessible applications and share awesome UI and ADA tips. Deque's X is the world's leading digital accessibility toolkit, which helps identify accessibility issues by scanning your web page. This tool can be used for both mobile and desktop web applications. It's lightweight and super easy to use. We will be using Google Chrome's free extension for this video. I will share the link in the description below. We will run XDevTool on two of the famous social media platforms. I trust and believe that these companies pay special attention to accessibility, and this video is in no way to question their credibility. Once you have installed XDevTool's Chrome extension, which is used for web accessibility testing, you will see an icon in the extension tray, and it will have more details like what is the current version and how to get started. Now let's open up one of the famous social media platforms like Twitter. So this is the login page for the Twitter that we will be running XDevTool. So I'll go into the developers tool option, and then within this we have XDevTools tab. Once I click on it, it will open up a UI where we can have a couple of options: scan all of my page and then scan part of my page. For today's video, we will focus on scanning the entire page. Now let's go ahead and click on scan all of my page. Once we clicked on it, it ran and it generated this report for us. So in total, there are 4 issues for this URL that we just ran on. And then they have further categorized into 4 categories: critical, serious, moderate, and minor. Now based on your client's requirements and your organization standards, you can focus on fixing all these 4 categories, or most of the organizations focus on the first 3: critical, serious, and moderate. Now let's click on each of those categories and see more details we can find about it. So when I clicked on critical, this one link, it opened up the issue highlighting in this section. It says zooming and scaling should not be disabled. We have more details here. So first option is to highlight, so which section of the element they are talking about. When I click on this, it's highlighting the entire page, and this is because they have used a meta tag. So if I scroll down a little further, we are having a meta tag wherein they are providing the content attribute, and within this attribute they are setting what is the initial scale and how much the page can scale, and if the user is allowed to zoom in or zoom out. Typically this is used when you want to stop the user from zooming in, normally used for mobile application when the application is made responsive. When you click on inspect, it takes you to the actual HTML where the issue is. So it's pointing to the meta tag here, which is super useful for a developer while they are working on these accessibility issues. Coming back to the XDevTools, there is one more link which says more info. When you click on it, it opens up a new tab with more details on how to resolve this issue. So they have maintained a pretty good library, and they have very good forums that you can refer to while you're working to resolve any of the accessibility issues for your web application. If we scroll down within this section, we have item description, which is having more details. It says ensure that this meta tag viewport does not disable text scaling and zooming. So we have remedy here as well. So it's pointing to the element source and then how to resolve it. So it says maximum scaling on meta tag disables zooming on mobile devices. So it's recommending to remove the maximum scale equals to 1 from this meta tag. Now let's go and click on the serious category. We have 2 issues found within this category. When I click on this detail, it says elements must have sufficient color contrast. Now this is a common message for both the issues that we have on this page. When I click on highlight again, so it's pointing to the sign up page, and if I click on this arrow, it takes me to the login page. So these 2 buttons are having some color contrast issues, and if we go and see what more details we can find, it says please ensure that the contrast between foreground and background color meets WCAG 2 AA standards. If we go scroll down, we have the solution to it, how we can resolve it. It says elements has insufficient color contrast of 2.82, and then it says what is the expected color contrast ratio, which is 4.5:1. This is how we can read through the report that is generated by the XDevTool and then find what is the issue, which element is causing the issue, and how we can resolve those accessibility issues. Alright, let's tool for another social media platforms. Let's go with Instagram and see in case there are any accessibility issues found by the XDevTool that we are currently running. So let me refresh it on this page. So there are in total 27 issues found by the XDevTool. There are 3 critical issues and there are 23 serious issues. Again, when I click on this, it will list down all the issues that are there, which element is causing the issue. If I click on inspect, it will take me to the actual HTML code, and then when we go back, we have more info on how to resolve it. Similarly, there are 23 serious issues found by it, and if I click on it, it's mostly regarding the color contrast issues. And if I click on this arrow to go to the next element, it will start pointing to those elements which are causing these color contrast issues. The count 27 looks big because we have footer elements which are having some of the color contrast issues. That's it. This is how we can execute XDevTool, Chrome's free extension, while you are in the dev cycle. In case you want to test or you want to write automation test suites by using this X tool, if you go to the DQ's X website, they offer a lot of solutions. So currently they have XDevTool, and they also provide Xauditor and Xmonitoring. So these are some of the key features which are provided by these 3 different solutions. In case you are interested, you can go ahead and visit this website and learn more about it. Developing web accessible applications is easy when you use the right HTML5 semantics, ARIA attributes, and JavaScript. Testing them while developing is also easy with the right tools such as X and Wave. Now please like this video in case it added value to you, and consider subscribing to never miss a video. See you in the next video. Till then, keep coding.